Hey everyone, thanks for joining me for another Game Developer Bootcamp live stream. Today I have some new environmental assets to add into the game for more procedural generation variety. And that's about it. So that is my plan today. Yeah, I know it's been a while since my last live stream, for several reasons. Firstly, I ended up taking Thanksgiving off, or at least I traveled to go see my in-laws on Wednesday of that week, so I just decided to skip a Tuesday stream, and that was the rest of that week. And then for the past couple weeks, I've been face deep in, or knee deep, whatever, very deeply into proposals that I'm putting together for the upcoming year. And as of yesterday, everything that I need to do is done, except I need to send one more email after this stream. But other than that, I can focus back on finishing this game up, which the main thing I have to finish still is the soundtrack, which I think I'm gonna put this up. I'm gonna take a different approach than I have been as of late. Let's go. I'm gonna make prefabs with these models that my new friend Derek made for me. Wanted to contribute some work to the game. Whoa, that is very big. Hey Michael, how's this going? Infinite Horizon's going pretty well. Right now, I made a new friend last week who wanted to contribute some art assets, so I'm going through and creating prefabs for them that have them scaled at like a good size, and then I'm gonna see how they look in the game. I didn't give him anything like super concrete to work from, so maybe this is the only one that's upside down. Nope, I guess that's the right way. He thought a tentacle tree would be cool. Yeah, you working on anything today? So 3 more grasses, 3 more trees. Awesome. All right, let's see if any of them show up on some of these planets. See how they turn out. Actually, I wonder if I can edit it so that there's a planet that only shows those assets. Did I break it? No! Come on. There we go. Okay, looks like I don't have that stuff exposed anymore. Oh yeah, I mean, it's definitely possible, or it used to just be more exposed. Like right here I have the system generator, but the only things that I have exposed are the system name and the planet names. I have all of the resources and foliage types exposed, and then the objectives I can change right here if I wanted to do a different objective, but the actual what is contained inside the planets and everything, I don't have that exposed anymore. So I thought maybe I could drag and drop and replace what models would be showing up, but that would require me to edit the code more than I want to. Oh, there's some trees. I'm gonna maximize this again. So, is that crabgrass? I think it is. Trees are sideways. For some reason, so I have a bunch of these objects, right? I've got these bushes that were already in the game, and then I have the new objects. And for the old objects, it's editing the transform of the parent rather than the child with the mesh. But for the new objects that I added, it's changing the rotation on the mesh, which it should not be doing. Yeah, so the code, it distributes the placement of all the objects as well as giving it sort of a, it's all procedural, so I can put in the seed and it'll generate the same things, but based on that seed, it's randomly generating like rotations and stuff. And also I was afraid it was like not generating textures, but that doesn't seem to be, or colors, because it doesn't have a texture. Well, technically it does, but I'm not giving it like an image texture, I'm just having an albedo color. So yeah, everything's blue here, and I don't see any of the new assets on this planet. So yeah, the code is rotating the base of the trees, and because of that, it's zeroing the X and Z axis, and I need the Z to be at negative, or the X to be at negative 90 degrees to rotate the model, which it should be fine. It's just rotating the wrong, it's rotating the child rather than the parent, and I'm not sure why. But I just want to make sure there are no other problems before I go delve into that. Yeah, like see, here's one of the new grasses, and it's like all completely sideways and stuff. Here's the palm tree. The weird thing is it's happening to the foliage and the trees. Whereas I would, like, it's using the exact same code to place all of them. These are exactly the same. So to see if it has any effect, I'm copying the same. They had different mesh renderer values and also a different material. So I'm giving them the same material. Ah, shoot, I did that while I was in play mode. Looks like the change is saved though. Maybe they need another parent? Alright, let's see if I can find some crabgrass. It would just be crazy to try and change the code now because it's already, like, there are already so many functional trees in there. That's the palm tree. Oh man, did that... Oh, I just saw it. Okay. Tentacles are mysteriously working. Haven't seen any crabgrass yet, though. Yeah, I know, right? I'm just... Like I was saying before, it doesn't make sense for it to not be working. And I don't want to like put every single object into a second game object just to test this one theory, although that might be faster than looking for one object to see if it randomly generated. All right. This is really silly, but if it works, I'm gonna laugh. Okay, 4 planets to check this time. There's bound to be one of these things. Oh my gosh, guess what? That fixed everything. The palm trees are fine. What is up with that, video game? I mean, thank you for working, but... Alright, let's see if we can find any cool planets and just overall see how that turned out. Palm trees. I actually really like this planet. This is a cool looking place. Also, the coloring is working. The way that the coloring works is I generate like a color palette for each planet, and it selects like of the different layers of the planet that are different colors. It picks like of like 2 of them which color to color all of the foliage. Might just be how the child-parent relationship is defined in code. Putting that into another game object balanced it out some way. Yeah, I mean, you're absolutely right. The thing that's confusing me though is I have other objects in the scene that are not parented that way that are working fine. And then as you saw, the tentacle was working fine too, and that wasn't parented the same way that I did those either. Like, I would think the problem might be something like, hold on, was that the grass? No, it's not. I was thinking one thing it could be is maybe it was looking for the mesh and then taking the transform from the object that has the mesh and not from the parented object. But that doesn't make any sense because I treat grass, foliage, and trees differently, but across those different ones I have objects that are laid out differently that are being that are achieving the same result that I want. So I'm just confused. But the game's coming out in like 4 weeks or so. And I'm at the point where I really just need to focus on music, which is like the last thing. So I'm gonna play a little bit just to like see if I can find some of the new objects that have been added into the game and see how they look. And then maybe I'll work on some music today. I don't know. The new sort of method I want to try for doing music is to do kind of a Minecraft style thing where you have these soft riffs that just sort of fade in and out. But I feel like I need to be in a different mood in order to do that successfully, so I may work on I don't know, I'll think about it. I can try building new height curves for this game. Maybe I should dial down on the fog a little bit here. But I guess you end up relying more on your mini-map a little bit, which is not bad for you to have situations where you really need that thing. Even if it is a little janky. I'm gonna tell Derek his assets are in the game. I haven't seen his grass yet. But you know, everything could have been in that fog level, and then I just couldn't have seen it because it was so foggy. Yeah, the glowing around them helps in the fog. Yeah. I tried to make them super obvious because if there's like nothing around them at all, it can be super hard to find them. And the goal of the game isn't to be like super hard, it's just to be relaxing and enjoyable. Oh, here's his grass. Here we go. There's some Derek grass right there. And a Derek pine tree. And this planet is really pretty. All right. Good stuff. Someone I don't know, who I'm not friends with on Facebook, who does not have any mutual friends with me, invited me to a stream event thing. Weird. Oh, how's the collab feature working for you? Haven't upgraded my Unity version yet, as I'm in the middle of a project. I freaking love it. I've always like had kind of a love-hate relationship with GitHub, and just like I think keeping iterative versions of your project is super important, and it's been incredibly helpful with the Game Developer Bootcamp series I've been doing, because if I need to record footage of an earlier build or a problem I was having, I can just go over here to collab history, and it just has every single push that I've made, and I can click a button, and inside of Unity it'll just revert all the files back to when I made that save. Then I can do whatever, record whatever I need to, and go right back. And if I screw something up terribly, like if I were to just delete half of the stuff in here, I could just press a button and go back to where it is right now. I think it's incredibly important for my workflow. Absolutely. I wouldn't want to use another, file sharing system or whatever. And you can really easily connect it with other people using Unity, and really easily just edit things within the project. You'll see like this little person icon up here to show like how many other people have made changes to certain scenes, and it'll show you like in the editor. I've already done it, so it's not going to show it now, although you can see the little guy on here. It'll show like a different symbol on here for like if changes have been made or if a part of the project needs to be updated. I think it's really amazing. So that's my unsolicited plug for some of Unity's new features. Wouldn't want to live without it. So let me write down in my notes what I've been doing. Still got an hour and 15 minutes of a stream left. What to do, what to do. I think I'm gonna work on the music for the game later. Oh. Yeah, it's similar to that, and no problem for explaining it. It's super good. I really like it a lot. One thing I wanted to do was with the animation curves. Alright, so this is the best one I've got so far. What? So I have these animation curves, and those contribute to sort of the overall shape of the terrain. And this shape, I mean, now what I did was I deleted every single other shape but this one, which removes a lot of variety, but this shape is like the most comfortable to drive on. So what I want to do is make more animation curves, but only make ones that are actually fun to drive on. So and what, in my opinion, makes it more fun to drive on are more kind of flatter areas where the car isn't tilted sideways like this, I guess, a lot. Because before, there are a lot of sloping ones where you end up driving like next to the water at an angle similar to what I'm at right now. Whereas in these, you've got these clearer, flatter areas with, you know, bunches of trees and foliage and stuff, and it's just more comfortable to drive on. Like, and a lot of the other ones, like, even though you don't have to avoid driving in the water, it just feels very uncomfortable, feeling like you're pinned up next to it. And I'm also considering creating different sort of color fall off maps, or like values for the shader to cut off when the colors start fading and where they're moving and stuff like that. I used to have a jump and something happened to it. Not even sure what exactly. So unfortunately today, I think I'm gonna call the stream a little short. I didn't, I have more work that I need to do that has to be done off stream. I have some stuff with Steam that I need to do to get prepared for the Steam release that I'm not allowed to show on stream. But tomorrow, I guess either I'll work on some music or work on the prototype for one of my other upcoming projects that's in the works. But for now, this has been another Game Developer Bootcamp weekly live stream. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope to see you again soon. Have a good one.